How do you react to bad news? In today's Psalm, Psalm 52, we've got a perfect example of someone who responds really well to bad news. It's David, and he's fleeing Saul. And I imagine his response here is quite different from some of our responses. Sometimes when something bad happens or we hear news, our immediate response is, oh no, that's it, disaster. Or we're even a bit like Jonesy off Dad's Army. Remember, he runs around like a headless chicken when he receives bad news, and he just keeps saying, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. And yet, of course, he's panicking. David doesn't, even when he hears this most dreadful of news. He's on the run from Saul, who's king, Saul, who he's loved and served and done nothing wrong to, and he's hiding. And yet someone, Doeg the Edomite, has discovered David's whereabouts. And he's gone to Saul and he's told Saul where David is. And yet look at David's response. David goes on the attack. David's completely confident. And he says, look, listen, it's very personal, as though he's speaking to Doeg. The righteous, and he knows he's righteous, not because of what he's done, because his trust is in God and God's righteousness that surrounds him. The righteous will see and fear. They will laugh at him. They'll laugh at those who oppose us. They'll laugh at people like Doeg, who are even trying to do their worst by us. And then he talks about those who oppose him. Verse 7, here now is the one who didn't make God his stronghold. He's basically talking and referring to all those in the world who put their trust in everything other than God. And he says, look, you're to be pitied. You're to even be laughed at. Because you're putting your trust, you're putting your confidence in things that will fail you, that won't work. Because your trust is not in God. God is the only one who delivers, and he delivers for his people. And so David says this, and he reminds himself, verse 8, I trust, Doeg. Instead of whatever you're trusting in, I trust in God's unfailing love forever and ever. Let's be like David. No matter what news you're hearing today or tomorrow, whether it's good news, bad news, indifferent news, let's make sure that our trust is in God forever and ever, and believe that he will bring victory for us, his people.